The U.S. performance has been seen by most people, I would say, in the region, not just as supporting Israel in its war on Gaza and Lebanon, but even in being complicit with that war through continuing to supply ammunition to Israel, which has allowed it to basically kill that many people in both Gaza and Lebanon. In the view of many, the U.S. Could have applied more pressure on Israel to stop the war, but it has chosen not to do so, which has resulted in its standing in the Arab world falling far behind its original low standing anyway. As long as the U.S. does not apply serious pressure on Netanyahu to end the war, I'm afraid that the war is going to go on. Netanyahu is riding high in the polls. Most Israelis think he is not doing enough in Lebanon and in Gaza. And without serious pressure from the United States, it is doubtful that Netanyahu is going to stop the war anytime soon. We have seen such pressure being successfully applied when it came to preventing a regional escalation of major proportions, where the US really applied serious pressure on both Iran and Israel to have limited responses between them. That kind of pressure was not applied in Gaza and Lebanon, and as a result, we have seen Netanyahu prolonging the war to keep himself in power and to keep riding high in the polls. I think it is too much to expect that any president who comes to the White House is going to support the Palestinian cause or even adopt a balanced view. The sad fact is that the Middle East is no longer a priority for the US, and that has been the case for quite some time now. In my view, any serious initiative in the future has to involve defining the end game as the end of the occupation within a specified time period. No US president is going to do that in the short term. However, with the coming of President Trump now to power, many people are afraid that he is not just going to not do anything on the peace process, but might even make things worse if he chooses to push ahead with his deal of the century, a plan which basically ends up in ending the Palestinian-Israeli conflict and giving Israel all it needs, in pushing for a normalization agreement between Saudi Arabia and Israel that totally ignores any serious progress on the Palestinian front. This is what people now are concerned about in terms of US Middle East policy.